right, this is Matt Bennett and Chuck Hetzler. It is day 8, Friday, March 8th of the Great Experiment. Thank you so much for doing this with us. Many of us across the United States seeking God in a special, deliberate, and focused way. Praise His name. I get so enriched when I read the scriptures morning and night, and I repent of my sins and I'm filled with the Spirit. And I know that you are as well. Thanks everyone for doing this. So we had a big day yesterday, didn't we, Chuck?
Absolutely, yeah. Subway preaching.
Yeah, it was my Joshua Faith Challenge. It wasn't Chuck's. He had another one, but he glommed onto mine, so we got a double.
You
Joshua.
invited me. I didn't just jump in and take over.
Glad to have you. There's 6 of us who went down there, or so.
Yeah.
So Demas, who he's been part of the day and night community before and done some of the videos. He has done this many, many times in New York, hundreds of times. He's like 44 years old now, he said. He's done it since age 22 or something. So he showed us the way. He showed us how to do it when he did, and this and that and whatever else. So we got to do it. And what'd you think?
I thought it was great. So much better than I had anticipated. I mean, I was glad going into it that we were spreading the gospel. But honestly, I had my questions about like how effective this would be, how much we would like it. But ended up loving it. I want to do it more with our church and have told friends about it and they want to do it. So it was just really invigorating. And everybody felt the same way in our group. We had different people, some people in full-time ministry, other people not. And it was just really cool to just see everybody jump in and do it, pray for each other, see the reactions of people. Sometimes people clapped when people finished speaking. You could see people kind of nodding their heads, and some people got kind of prayer. Received prayer there in the subway car, so it was really, really special. It was great. Thanks so much, Matt, for doing that.
Well, it's good. You're stepping out in faith. I don't know that anyone received Christ. Demas, having done it a lot, says he's certainly seen many come to faith in Christ. I did it 4 times. You only have like 3 to 5, 6 minutes based on people coming in and out and that sort of thing and stuff. But everyone in our group did it at least once. I mean, Demas did it a couple times to show up, and then Landon and Christina, Wolfgang, everybody did it, which was great, and everyone wants to try it again. So, we'll try it again. What was amazing to me is there's always some people there who are just kind of zoned out. It's the way people do on the New York subway, either listening to something or whatever else. But there's always people there who just tuned in. They're kind of, as you're speaking, they're looking. You can tell they're connected. And even when I wasn't speaking, watching others kind of connect and that sort of thing, which is really great. So it was having a spiritual impact. And then our friend Wolfgang, who's a pastor who came up, he's got a strong spiritual gift of hearing and seeing what the Lord's being in people. So he's literally calling them out in the subway car saying, "You, sir, I know God's working on your heart with this message." And the guy would kind of timidly kind of acknowledge it and smile. He did that with a few people. So it was quite engaging, very amazing, very interesting.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. So makes me think of this verse here in 1 Thessalonians. It says, "For not only has the word of the Lord sounded forth from you in Macedonia and Achaia, but your faith in God has gone everywhere, so that we need not say anything." And that's what we need to do. We need a change in this country. There are millions of Christians in this country, but I would say the gospel is not everywhere.
No.
I'd say so many don't know it, don't hear. I think we talked to some people in the train who are Christians a fair amount, and I think we're all under this sort of heavy cloak of all these reasons and places where you can't speak about the Lord. I've heard people say, well, it's inappropriate to talk about the Lord at work, or you can't do it here, you can't, this long list. It's like, I'm looking at this baby, it's not something that I see. Yes, in some wild out situation, if a person, all they're doing is talking about the Lord and never doing their job, yes, that is a problem. But that doesn't seem to be the problem in the American church. We seem to have the opposite problem.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
And I felt like after we did it, I felt so much more, like I said, invigorated, but also kind of opened up to speak more broadly out and about. Like, I've done other kinds of evangelism and things like that, but speaking like that in a public setting, it just makes you feel like, well, there's nowhere where I can't share the gospel. Yeah. So in some ways, I encourage you as I've learned this in other areas of my life too, but sometimes it's you learn about it in the scriptures, you pray about it, ask for God's help, but not really until you step out and you actually do it will you be able to do it. You kind of feel like you keep waiting for that magic moment where God's going to help you to be able to do this and share your faith. Well, you just kind of got to jump in. In fact, the analogy that Dimas used with us in starting to speak on the subway, he said it's kind of like double dutch. How many of you jumped rope as a kid or saw people jumping rope with two people swinging the ropes? It's double dutch where you jump in. He said at some point you just have to jump in and you just keep going. And so it's kind of the same way with sharing your faith, that we just gotta start, and then the Lord will use it, and we just keep it going and see what He does.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little nervous getting up to it. I was excited, but nervous as well. How's this going to go? And I think it'll be that way for the next number of times I do it. Something like that. It'll take a while before I don't have any nervousness, but rewarding and a blessing, and I'm sure we'll see some good things happen in the future as we try it. So it's great doing this great experiment, whatever the Lord has called you to do. And Chuck's real Joshua Faith Challenge is reaching out to his neighbors, which he's mentioned before. So whatever the Lord has you to do here, that the experiment is ending on Sunday, so I encourage you to go for it and do it and try it. Nothing lost. It's just, if it's evangelistic, it's getting the word out, and whatever else God has you do, He rewards you and blesses you for it. So may you be blessed and strengthened and encouraged. Thank you for doing this. So many people across the country. Any last words?
Yeah, God bless you guys, and let us know what you're doing and how it's going. Share with us. Reply to those emails, and we'd love to hear. God bless.
Yeah, seek God at dayandnight.org. Please tell us how your life's been impacted through anything that's been happening. We'd love to hear. Thanks so much, and God bless.